Right, what is up guys? How's it going? We're taking a break from the Chongqing content that has been coming out a lot on my channel recently, partly because I have had a super busy week and I just haven't had time. These videos take a lot of editing. And partly because I wanted to address something which I've been seeing on my news feed like a crazy amount. I'd actually been planning to make this video for the last few days. Then I saw that my good friend Simon Barnes had released a video Sunday night. I don't know when you'll be watching this, but it was the Sunday before I'm recording this, which is a Monday, FYI. Unimportant information there, but whatever. And you can go check out his video. We got a lot of similar points of views, but I'm probably a bit more rude. If that's something you're into, stick around. Let's get into this. But first, I wanted to just have a quick word with you guys. Like, if you could, it would be great if you enjoy this kind of content. If you enjoy my other content, if you could go down, hit that like button. Drop a comment. What's your opinions on this video? Go and drop comments on my other videos. It's really nice to see feedback from people. There is a QR code that will be up here. This is for my WeChat channel, right? My WeChat channel is like, I think because I haven't got 10K followers yet, I wanted to basically, just include so that I can share kind of like the stories kind of content that I would be sharing with the stories function on YouTube when I get to 10K, but I can't yet. And you need 100 people to get verified on there. I'm at like 98 at the current time of recording this, so I just need 2 more people. You can scan this QR code up here, and that will allow you to, or should allow you. Some people are getting it's kind of a mixed bag. Some people are getting this thing where they're like, it lets me do it fine, and some other people are like, I can't scan it, it's just I'm not allowed. So go just have a try. If I can get just 2 more people, that would be fantastic. You can also, if you look at the top of my page, there is my Instagram and maybe my Twitter. Don't really use Twitter that much, not really my kind of thing, but maybe I'll start using it. Anyway, Instagram you can see stuff, and yeah, go there. You can find a link down as well to support my channel via the Buy Me a Coffee link. All support there is much appreciated. Entirely not asking you to. If you'd like to, that's great, but I ain't no beggar. Anywho, let's get into today's video, which is this article which I've seen on Facebook. So there's this article about a cashless society on Facebook at the moment, and seeing as I have lived in China for like 7 years now and seen it grown from basically a cash society to a cashless society now, and I've been living this here for 7 years, and I guess for the last 4 or 5 it has been pretty much cashless. So I thought, I've got enough experience in this. I see a lot of people that commenting without ever having lived in a cashless society and just kind of speculating. And this article in itself is pretty much like, it's got flaws and holes all the way through. I'm pretty much don't agree with much of it, or any. Anyway, let's have a look. We're just going to open it up. See, a cashless society means no cash, zero. It doesn't mean mostly cashless. You can still use a wee bit of cash here and there. Cashless means fully digital, fully traceable, fully controlled. And I think those who support a cashless society aren't fully aware of what they're asking for. I don't think the person who wrote this article really knows what they're talking about, because China is pretty much cashless, but there is still cash. Obviously you can go to the bank, you can take money out. You can pay for stuff with monies, but a lot of places don't want you to, because it's easier for them to just not have that. And a lot of places, a lot of places still do, but a lot of places don't want you to, or they actively encourage you not to. But there is cash, and even though having the choice of cash, I have not used cash for a good few years now. On the odd occasion, I've had to get cash, and it's been a real bother because it's too much hassle. You have to go to the bank, you have to draw it out, then you have to, sometimes you can't pay with it here, you can't pay with it there. If you have notes and you want to go on the bus and you want just a 1 RMB coin, that's the equivalent of 10 pence maybe, because buses are cheap in China. Great. And they actively encourage this kind of environmentally friendly bus and ride sharing stuff. Anyway, I digress. It's hard work. You get 100 RMB notes out of the cash machine, and you have to get them down to just like a 1 RMB. It's just hassle. So no, it doesn't mean entirely cashless. And this whole thing about fully traceable is laughable, because it's only a problem for people that are breaking the law or doing something they shouldn't have. Anyway, there's a whole list of points. Let's go through those points. Right. So you're struggling for money with your mortgage on a particular month and you can't do an odd job to get you through. Complete bullshit. You definitely can. So I'm struggling for money. You have a job for me. I go to your house. You have money in your WeChat wallet. WeChat is an app, which is one of these cashless apps. And you want to pay it to me. All you have to do is scan a QR code that's on my phone. It's as easy as this. We open up WeChat here. We can go to money. Then we go, here it is here. Just press receive money. Turns to the yellow receive money code. They scan this QR code. It tells them how, it brings them up with a box saying how much. They type in the amount, boom, and instantly I can see it's in my account. Instantly. There's no fraud. It's just instantly right there. That shoots that one down, right? Your child can go and help a local farmer to earn a bit of summer cash. Well, yeah, actually, going back to the same last point, same thing. Lots of children have phones. If not, you can lend them your phone, or it can be paid to you, and then you can buy them stuff. Everybody has phones now. Lots of kids have phones, and like the aforementioned way of payment via QR code, same deal. So that is also nil pois. Nothing. Doesn't stand. Doesn't make any sense. No more cash slipped into the hands of a child as a good luck charm or from their grandparent when going on holidays. Once again, your grandparents probably can use phones. Here in China, all of the old people have phones. And as I've said 2 times now, a scanning of a QR code, money can be sent. I mean, maybe if you're really sentimental and you want the cash in your hand, but, you know, going back to that classic, cash is dirty, wouldn't it be better just to scan a QR code? Bang, that's 3 for 3 so far. No more money in birthday cards. Once again, I mean, that might be a little bit of a sentimental thing. You can't get past that sentimental thing. But, I mean, most kids nowadays don't really care. They're just into their phones, into gaming. It's the same as when you could get sentimental and say that kids used to go and play outside and climb in trees. Now all they do is stay in their houses and play on computer game consoles with their heads down like this, buried in their phones. So, to me, it doesn't really make a big difference. Don't think I care. I don't think many people will find that much of a bother. No more piggy banks for your child to collect pocket money and to learn about the value of earning. Actually, well, that's wrong as well, because you can see, or there's many apps. There's banks have apps. There's, you know, because you can still have a bank account. You just don't need to take the money out. The bank gets paid into the bank, and you can pay with the bank app, or you can pay with a multiple of other apps which all connect to your bank, or you can pay with apps which are dedicated apps by themselves. So they have nothing to do with the bank. And yeah, the same as you could see coins filling up a piggy bank, you'd also be able to see numbers on a screen, and it would be the same damn thing. In fact, probably it would have you could probably find apps that have helpful little tools that help plot a graph of expected returns or expected to how many things, and help plan budgeting. So, yeah, not that one either, really. No more cash for a rainy day fund or for that something special you have been putting £20 a week away for. Actually, no. You can have multiple apps, multiple bank accounts, and you can put and transfer money in between all of them. They usually all work pretty well. So it's all scanning QR codes and stuff like that. So once again, you can have a rainy day. You can have one app for a rainy day fund, and you can just scan and put a little bit away in there every time. So that makes absolutely no sense. No more selling bits and pieces from your home that you no longer wanted for a need for a bit of a cash in return. Actually, that's rubbish. Like I just said, if somebody you would go for a garage sale, like a car boot, whatever you want to call it. You'd just take all your stuff down there. You'd have that QR code that I showed you, or one similar from another app or from your bank app. And then people would just come along. They would scan your QR code, bam, they would pay for it, bosh, it's all done. So that also doesn't make any sense. Banks have full control of every single penny you own. No, as I just mentioned, banks have apps, and banks, you can have all your money in a bank as well, but you can just get paid directly into these apps from other people, and these apps are nothing to do with the banks. They are independent from the banks, and they have their own their own perks and their own ways of operating. So there's a lot of competition, and competition actually for the average person would cause a lot of good benefits, because people would want your money in their app, so they would contend with other people's. If you have it just in the bank, then there'd be no competition, and the banks can pretty much tell you what to do. So no, that also makes no sense. Every transaction you make is recorded. Yes. And unless you are doing something shady, you have absolutely zero to worry about. If you are drug dealing, if you are making money that you shouldn't be, then you are actually committing a crime. So if your whole argument is based around, I can't commit crime anymore, then you're an idiot. And having every transaction ever recorded for legit legal people makes perfect sense, because how easy would your tax returns be? Most people that are all above board are quite happy doing tax returns, and this would just be a couple of clicks and it would all be recorded. You wouldn't need to go searching, you wouldn't need to spend hours. Tax returns would not be a hassle, they would just be a complete joy, or at least easy. They would just be click, 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 done. There you go. So that makes no sense either. Oh, access to your money can be blocked at the click of a button if banks need clarification from you, which takes about 3 weeks, 1,000 questions, and 5,000 passwords. No. Usually most of the time it can be as simple as inputting your passport or just some verification data. And it's very easy. Like I said, I've been doing this for years in China. China is way ahead of the rest of the world for cashless society, and there's never really been any major problems at all, unless you've done something stupid like put it in somebody else's name. I know that people, when cashless society first started here, they used other people's names or other people's accounts to open up stuff, and then now they have problems. But even that was like an hour or two of trying to prove it was you, and then it was it. And that's just for your own safety, because it's your money. It's very safe and it's very secure and it's very easy to get, and no, you will not be blocked from it. That's just fear-mongering and bullshit by conspiracy theorists and nutters. So you have no choice but to declare and be taxed on every pound in your possession. That's pretty much the law. You should be doing that anyway. It's not to say I'm not allowed to be breaking the law is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Then there's just if transactions are deemed questionable anyway, they will not let you purchase it. That's just once again it's people just speculating, and I've never had that happen. In fact, most people and most countries that are capitalist want to make money. These companies want money. They don't want to deny you these purchases. They want to make money, and they can't stop you. There's no fraud involved here. You can literally, as soon as you pay with these things, you can see the money in your account right there and then. There is no waiting time. And you can even, if you think there's something going on, you can set most of these things, like WeChat, you can set so that it will say approve the transaction, but it won't send them the money for another 2 hours. And then there's all sorts of recourses and ways of protecting buyers and sellers, like things on Taobao, the big app here. The people, when you open shops, have to put in a large amount of money as a deposit so that you don't screw people over. So anyway, there you go. That is my take on the cashless society, sharing with you just the knowledge of what I've been living here in China and dealing with a cashless society for a long time, and just thought I'd, just go through some of these ridiculous statements which are just meant to tug on people's heartstrings and be like, yeah, see, let's make all these ridiculous sentimental statements, or statements that are based around nothing more than, people's just fears and preying on this kind of thing and hoping that people will just not question it, and they will just go ahead and vote against this cashless society. A cashless society is very good. Cash is kind of outdated. I don't know why you need to be touching something which about 1 million other people have touched anyway. I mean, it's kind of nice to wave around a note occasionally, but also if someone tries to mug you, they can't mug you if you don't have cash on you. If you try and mug someone and they're like, sorry mate, I'm not gonna tell you my phone password, you can't make me, whatever, but someone can snatch and grab your cash straight out of your hand. I know they could technically snatch and grab your mobile phone out of your hand, but that is a completely separate issue. So there you go, that's it. Drop me a like, drop me a comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff that helps the channel. And I guess, guys, I'll see you next time.